it's considerable elevation. We're at Empower Field at Mile High here in Denver, Colorado. Brandon McManus back at Mile High, and he'll get things started here in Denver. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action in this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Here's Williams to start the drive. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Go.
They stay on the ground with Williams. Still working past the 40. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Going to the ground again on 1st. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
They're set up at the 35 now.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. That's complete. It's Javonte Williams. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards, and a defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
Nix from the gun. That finds Vele complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that'll be good for a Denver 1st. From the red zone now. Throwing into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Inside the red zone, they could feel how tight they were to the goal line. And then bam, Brock, they're off the field after a clutch interception.
I tell you what, football is the ultimate team game, but this is a situation where an individual picks up all 10 of his guys out there on the field. Somebody else is going to pick up the tab at dinner tonight for him.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
A split second, all to keep the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready.
Going run again with Jacobs. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Love from the gun. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Ready?
Love looking to pass. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And the punt team hurries down, and they're going to stop this one at the 10-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
He's brought down back at his own 7-yard line.
We've finished one quarter in what's still a scoreless game. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They are facing 2nd down deep on their own end. His foray up the middle, and that's about 3. That was Xavier McKinney that time with the tackle.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. A type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Got it. Ready?
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down.
Ready?
Shotgun snap to Nix. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. Without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Here we go. Set. Ready?
Straight ahead with Williams. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Brought down by Quay Walker. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Andrew and Cooper there to make the stop. They only get a yard that time, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Throw complete to Williams. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a 1st. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen on one of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. The Packers take their 1st time out, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. from the 48. Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Green Bay.
On the set. Here we go. Here we go. Cut.
Love out of the shotgun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Target that time, Jaden Reed. So second down coming up. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Bronk. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
Set. Ready. Black shot. Set.
Loves to throw again. And down he goes. The Broncos got there. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Fourth and forever coming up.
Here we go. Set. Set. Go.
Shotgun now for Love. That's cut beyond the marker. Touchdown, Green Bay. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Brandon McManus on for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. On now is McManus to kick this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
Set. Ready. Ready.
Nix looking to throw. And a man is there to knock that away. Cortland Sutton, the man he was after. And it sets up second down.
It's now second and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Come on. Come on. Set.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. It's a gain of 5, but they still need a bunch here on 4th down.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Go.
Here we go on 4th, Nix. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll get it up to the 44. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
so close to getting off the field. The fourth down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. Now they're going to have to buckle down and force another fourth down. That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could make a play on it.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
Ready?
He'll throw it. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Packers are stopped on that return. So that interception's going to be the final play of this opening half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. It's Keyshawn Nixon with the return. Good looking return here, and he's got room. It's an excellent return, but he gets popped at the end of it.
Oh, there's no question about it, Kate. That just infuses everybody. A little more bounce in your step now, both in and out of the huddle. And you want to pay off your special teams that sets you up for success.
Set, hut. Hey, check mega. Set.
Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Okay, ready?
In a good spot here, second and inches.
Let's go.
They stick with Jacobs. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
Offense set for a 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Ready?
Throwing, Love. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Ready? Clock, 10. Ready?
2nd and 10, Love trying again. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So they're left facing 3rd and long. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered. That's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
Give them 32 on that play. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Hut.
Running on first here with Jacobs. And he's stopped out at the 16 after a small gain. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Ready?
From the 16. We put way too much on that one, Brock. Over the end zone and out.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
Right?
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Set. Ultra. Set, hut.
Love. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up fourth down. On for the field goal now. Here's Brandon McManus. This will be a 45-yard look from the left hash. And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And it stays a one-possession game at 7 points.
Gosh, it didn't look like anything was wrong with that snap or hold either. He just rushed it a bit, and it winds up off the mark.
Second half starts with a run by Williams. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Offense to the line for second down. Another run for Williams. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Javon Bullard bringing that play to an end. Only 2 yards on the run, and they're left with 3rd and 11. So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's Broncos football. They're on a mission here. They trail entering the fourth. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11.
Let's go now.
Back to throw it. Hauled in left side. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Throwing on first down, Nix. Has a man, that's Cortland Sutton. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Finds Mims. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. They're now set for 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
That one vehemently swatted away. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Complete to Mims. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Broncos losing by 7. Less than a yard needed here on 4th.
Here we go. Here we go.
And the QB keeps it on the sneak. And the defense gets there to 4th.
Bye-bye. Get the fuck off the game. Excuse me. No, he can rage quit. I'm getting tired of all that bullshit he was running.
Where'd you go? I swear here in my room. Office. Right here. Yeah.
I ain't seen real problems since seen nothing. I ain't seen real. I ain't seen real problems since tripping off grades. I just be making up different reasons for my nieces. From my way I pick enough to keep it up, but ain't no thing straight, cause ain't no pushing for this money to stay. Like, what you want? What you want? I got Jesus giving money, what you want? I've been sitting and pitching this for a reason to cry. So I'ma say I love you, but keep a look on my eye. Cause I can never really want you less than money or pride. So when I say I really love you, boy, just know it's a lie. Like, I ain't mean it. I ain't mean it. I just need another reason for a sequence. Another bag, another season, another description, another feeling. Boy, God, I gave him a lot, but I keep.
Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Okay, now drop your bag, sass. I've been here from the start. A little snapback, homie, with a plug in his heart. To these Billy Strum cards and now they rip me apart. Now they run around in circles like them kids in the park. Not afraid of the dark. There ain't no monster inside. I pray to Jesus Christ, homie, they just keep me alive. Why you keep it 53? Cause I've been wrestling with pride. I try to keep it like I'm Texas, got the stop on my side. Girl, you know I'm a saint, so why you giving me hell? My uncle back up on the block and now they begging for bail. He always calling me for paper cause he know I'm the trail. Now I'm eating my McDonald's, I was fresh out of jail. Now I made it out of chunk, at least I know I'm up. Boy, thump, like my neighbors jumping up a pum. Boy, I bump in that Billy Strong, he ain't know him. He ain't thump, he just grabbed the pump and made it go dumb. Got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun.
I'm an airport baby, I'm too fly to count. Counting the cash, yeah, it's too high to count.
First opened in 1957. Welcome inside what's still one of the great stadiums of the NFL. Legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, home of the Packers.
Brandon McManus set to kick off.
The veteran Brandon McManus ready to kick this one off. And off we go from legendary Lambeau. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. To the air right away is Hurts. That one is caught by Campbell. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
A pickup there of 13. First down, Philadelphia. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. They'll run straight ahead with Barkley.
You can always tell what a team's decision will be on fourth down, Mike, based on what they do on third down. In this case, unfortunately, they didn't get enough yards on the ground to make that fourth down more manageable. So I think they have to reconsider whether they go for it here.
And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
So the offense found themselves in a little bit of no man's land. They were too far for a field goal attempt, but too close to attempt a punt. So they decided to be aggressive early and go for it on fourth down. But it was the defense that turned them away with a huge stop to start this game.
Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. A gain of 2 brings us 2nd and 8.
2nd down and 8.
Down.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Give them 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another 1st down.
Got it. Set.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs, running left. Space to run inside the 20. The speed on display. He's in. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Packers. Extra point by McManus, up and good. And the Packers will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return from the end zone, here's Britton Covey. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. And this is going to be an Eagles 1st down as the tackle's made just shy of the 30.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
So after one, it's the Packers on top. And we're back at Lambeau Field in just a moment. Here's a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time, and it'll be 3rd down. I'll run up the middle with Barkley. And it looks like he's got enough for the 1st down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
An 8-yard pickup. 1st down, Eagles.
Once again, it's Barkley. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
This one, complete to Campbell. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
They'll run it here with Saquon. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They dropped him in the backfield. 2 minutes remain. First half in a 7-0 game. Back with more from Lambeau Field after this. So they go backwards on first down. Here's 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He'll let this go for Goddard. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
73.
Throwing is Hurts. He'll try to run for it.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play.
And this will not be a spike. He faked it. This is caught. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's out of bounds with the first down. The fake spike worked. Here's Hurts. Trying to make a play out of the pocket. Couldn't do it. It's intercepted. And the Packers are going to have it just past their 25.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception. But in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. This one deep and looking for Melton. And that's going to be intercepted by Darius Slay.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now Hurts. Now a screen set up for Barkley. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. So the Eagles will use their first time out here. They'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
That's caught downfield by Smith. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. A chance here to draw level before the break. It's 1st and goal. Here's Barkley, and he's into the end zone. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. Here's Jake Elliott for the extra point. He's got it, and the Eagles will level things out at 7 apiece. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half, and the kickoff's coming their way. For the return, it's Keyshawn Nixon. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40.
At their own 41-yard line.
Ready up. Here we go. Set. Set.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. That's timeout for Green Bay. It'll be their second. And they stop it with 19 seconds to go in this opening half.
Ready, set. Set, hut. Black swap. Check pink. Smith red.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. Packers going to use their final timeout now as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in half number one.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Throwing on second down, Love. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Trying to connect with Romeo Doubs that time. And now it's going to be third down.
Cycle. Let's go now. Ready?
Here's Love to throw. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. And now we'll get a late timeout coming in the waning moments of this second quarter.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
He's going to go deep, looking for Reed. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. Brandon McManus and the field goal unit come on. Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts. The Packers going to call out the field goal unit. This about as short as you can get. McManus's kick is good. Halftime now at Lambeau, and the Packers are on top as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up, 3 points, all that separates these two sides as half number 2 kicks off. Now an opening past the 30. Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it.
On the double.
Here's first and 10.
Ready, ready. Hut, hut.
Love to throw. To the left side in the hands of Watson. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Hut, hut.
On second down, Love. That's over the middle and intercepted.
Intercepted by the Eagles. They'll take over first and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From the 39, here's a first and 10. From out of the gun, they give it to Barkley. He did a good job of making one man miss, but could not get away from this defense in the end. It turns into a loss of yardage.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
A second down throw for Hurts. And that's complete to A.J. Brown. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
Well, the run after catch is certainly nice, and they're definitely going to take it. But watch the savviness of the route running. Certain guys just have a better field for running these slant routes than others, and it's a nice result.
Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
5 yards from the house. They've got it 1st and goal. Here's Hurts. He'll take this himself. Now a loose football. And it's recovered by one of his teammates.
So as you start operating your red zone offense, of course it goes without saying, Mike, you're trying to score touchdowns. But the worst case scenario is that you bring your field goal unit and you at least try for 3. You have to protect the ball. Turnovers are the cardinal sin of red zone offense. In this case, they dodge a little bit of a bullet here. The ball comes loose. Fortunately for the ball carrier, his own team recovers it. They can keep their offense on the field and see if they can finish this drive.
And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. Saquon Barkley, touchdown Philadelphia. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. The extra point by Elliott is good. And the Eagles are on top. It's 14-10. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
Here we go. Strike. Check striker. Hey, go Fury. Ready? Go.
They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Set. Mega. Smack. Set, huh?
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 46-yard line.
Here we go. Hut.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Well, this has been the story of the entire game, Mike, is just how well this defense has played, particularly against the run. There has been nowhere to operate for this offense, and it continued here on this last play.
Down. Ready.
From the gun, it's Love. Toward the middle, that one caught by Watson.
On the ball.
Nice job there defensively to keep him in front of the marker. It's going to bring up 4th down. He gets that complete as he hits Reed. And they're going to get the 1st down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he will take this all the way down to the Packers' 10-yard line. Here's first down.
Here we go, set. .43 rail. Yellow, Lonnie. Set.
Jacobs. That's a nice pickup, bringing it down to the 3. They come up for 2nd and 2.
Check right. Check Fury. Ultra. Go Ultra.
They'll run with Jacobs. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Green Bay. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. An important extra point up and good, so the lead is 3 here in the late stages of the game. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. That ball going to hop into the end zone. It's a touchback that will come out to the 20-yard line. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Now Barkley. And this is going to be an Eagles first down. He's able to take it up to the 30-yard line. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here. And it comes with exactly 1 minute left in the game. They'll drop to throw. And that could be the dagger.
Yes, thank God.
Picked off by the safety, Xavier McKinney.